All right, miners. So today is the day that you are going to want to be keeping an eye out on Ethereum, more specifically the Goerli merge, because allegedly it is happening today, and this will dictate what we're going to look forward to in the future in terms of mining. Will the merge happen early September? This is going to tell us. I know some of you miners are sick of hearing about the merge and you don't care about it, but honestly, this is going to be a big deal. So many people don't realize the effects that the merge is going to happen, and it's really going to make GPUs useless, at least until a majority of the miners quit mining or all these coins come together and they all see massive rallies to at least be as profitable as Ethereum currently is in a bear market. So things are definitely going to be changing once the merge happens, but we still don't have that date. And that's what we're hoping to find out today, or at least tomorrow at the latest. So I am on the Goerli testnet page here, and I don't even know if I'm the right one because it is spelt wrong, but all the links go to the correct places and there's a lot of good information here. But you can see Goerli testnet. And if we actually go to the Goerli testnet here, or wherever I'm clicking on, the Etherscan, it's Goerli. So right away, I'm like, okay, what's going on? But here is the third and final largest testnet. And it's actually a proof of authority testnet, which we can see here. And it's a lot different to kind of predict because it's moving in terms of epochs instead of blocks. And an epoch, if you're unfamiliar with an epoch, it happens every 32 blocks an epoch goes through. If you're a jazz miner, you have one of those, you may be witnessing reboots every 5 to 6 days on mainnet. That is because an epoch goes through, the DAG file increases, and you have to reset your whole miner, and it has to reboot everything. So that's why you are experiencing those reboots on your jazz miner miners. Currently, it's hanging out at about 113,618 on the epoch. As for the network status, we're at a gas price of only 1.5 GUI. That is insanely cheap, guys. But remember, this is a testnet. It's not very much being used like obviously mainnet is. And once the merge does transition on mainnet, we're not going to see any fixes in gas fees. That's going to happen later on when they implement sharding and everything. All the merge does is remove proof of work and move to a proof of stake thing, though everything else on the network remains exactly the same. Nothing magic is going to be happening at that point. Okay, so as for some timeline dates here, so Bellatrix did go live on August 4th, which is about 6 days ago at the time of recording this video, and now we're waiting for actual TTD to happen on Goerli itself, and that's what will kick the miners off the execution layer. Makes sense that they're calling this the execution layer because obviously they're executing the miners. So execution layer gets kicked off, it moves to POS. That is estimated around August 6th to 12th, but they do say the 10th, which is right now, today, is when they actually expect it to go through. Now, it could not happen till maybe tomorrow or something because it is proof of authority over, setting a block height and everything like they usually do with the other ones. But they're predicting today, and if it happens today, a few things will happen once this goes through. All right, so here's kind of a timeline that I think is how everything's going to play out here. So depending if that happens today, they hit their block height and the merge happens on Goerli here, they're also tomorrow, I believe, they're going to be setting their date. They're going to call this a success or a failure. Remember, it's a success or a failure on their part. It doesn't matter if somebody sees a flaw or we see a flaw or, someone goes, oh, this is bad or that might be bad. If the devs think it's a success, not anybody else, then it's a success. And if it's success, they are then tomorrow going to be setting up the date, the block to use on mainnet. Mainnet is what we're currently mining today. Now, if we look here, we can see our total hash rate here. They're going to be setting our date tomorrow. And again, if it happens tomorrow, they'll be setting it the following day. So they'll be setting that actual mainnet block height the following day after this does move to the POS full aspect here. And they actually call it a success. But we're hanging out here. The E9's recently released, and I don't see any hash rate coming up. Now, they're going to be revisiting whatever block height they set for mainnet on the 17th or 18th. Because if we come into our DAG size file calculator, we hit 5 gig here. That is set to come on the 17th. So today's the 10th. they do their successful merge. If it's a success, I'm not saying it's going to, but if it merges today, tomorrow they're going to set the block height on mainnet to start relaying the merge out officially, and that will be the end of mining. But they're going to come back then on the 18th, which is the following day after this 5 gigabyte DAG does go through, because a lot of those Jazz miners and everything are online, and they want to know if it's going to affect the difficulty enough. So if enough hash rate falls off because of that 5 gigabyte DAG size, it's going to change what the date of that height they originally set. So they'll come back, revisit it, see if anything really changed, and then they're going to readjust the date or something, or keep it as is, depending how much it changed or not, to decide when this will happen. But regardless, if it's a success on Goerli today or tomorrow, the merge is happening early September. Like, it might even happen like the first week of September, you know, like the 5th, the 6th, potentially the 10th. You know, that's a week or so before the 19th, which they originally stated. Now, they didn't say the 19th as an absolute date. They said the 19th or sooner, and this is timeline is definitely looking a lot sooner rather than later, as long as this testnet does go through successfully. So what does the end of Ethereum actually mean for miners? I know a lot of us out there are just like, you know what, who cares? Let it get it over with. The next coin is going to shine and it's going to take over for us. Guys, it's not that easy. In theory it is. Maybe the next go-to coin isn't here yet, but let's just look at the numbers. Seriously. So Ethereum right now in the bear market is giving us, paying out to its miners of the network, $24.6 million. Ethereum Classic is 661,000. That's the second largest coin that pays the miners the most after Ethereum for your GPUs. And it's going to be heavily overrun by ASICs and everything once the merge happens. So total income not from Ethereum is 975,653. That's not very much. That's not even $1 million from ETH's 24 million. And now take away ETC. Now with every other coin, that's Ergo, Raven, Flux, Beam, Cortex, Neoxa, all your coins that you think of the next go-to is only making or paying out to miners all across them all 314,000. Not even $500,000 between all of those coins. Now every coin is not here. These are most of the bigger ones, and obviously the one everyone talks about. You know, we got Flux and Ergo. But let's take a look, fast forward, and see what do these need to get to actually be a next go-to coin itself to absorb pretty much the same amount of hash rate. So Flux, to make $24 million, and remember, we're just trying to compare this to the current bear market. If the next bull run can at least be as profitable as Ethereum is today in the bear market, I think that's a win. But, you know, that's still a best case scenario, and I think the next bull run at the peak height of it will probably potentially be less profitable than what we're seeing right now in this bear market. That's how bad things are going to be changing. There's no more 6 month or less ROIs in terms of GPU mining. But take a look at this. So we got Ergo here. It needs $2,800 to pay out $24.1 million. Is Ergo going to hit $2,800 in the next bull market? Maybe it could. I highly doubt it. I wish it would, but I don't think it is. And it's an extremely efficient algorithm. Obviously, we need that thing to pump. Now let's take a look at Flux here. Flux needs to hit $900 a coin to pay 24.3. So looking at this, the next bull run, potentially even the following bull run after that, there isn't going to be a go-to single coin. These are great chains, 100%. Don't get me wrong there. They just need time to mature. And when will they actually hit these levels? I don't know. It could happen next bull run. They could absolutely explode, but I don't know if they'll actually hit these levels. I find that still pretty far out there. But regardless, we're going to have to really get together, and it's going to take all crypto. Yes, they didn't put in high numbers for all these, but everything will be going up, and these won't be hitting these levels. But it's going to take every coin all together, hash rate spread around everywhere, miners literally quitting. Yes, miners are going to have to quit for other miners to remain profitable. That's just the bottom line. The higher your power price, most likely you're not going to be able to mine. The lower your power price, you know, obviously you're going to be able to go online. It also comes down to efficiency, A2000s versus 3080s, and, you know, all this stuff does matter. Efficiency is key, especially when trying to stay profitable after Ethereum moves to POS. Now, another thing to keep in mind kind of here, if you're still watching this video, now you also got to realize the DAG size. Now, again, remember the cold crypto market will go up, so we may gain some profits here and there. But for these coins to actually hit these type of levels, just to hit the profitability of what current Ethereum is, this may take 2 or 3 cycles. While every 4 years is a cycle, current GPUs, 6 and 8 gigabytes, 6 gigabytes only got a cycle and a half left. 8 gigabytes only got about 2 cycles left. So that means current gen GPUs is as good as they are looking in terms of price and everything. By the time these coins may hit these levels, those GPUs will probably be falling off due to DAG sizes. I believe Ergo and Ravencoin are both going to be gone on 8 gigabytes around 2031 or something like that. I can't remember the exact number right now, but that's 2.5 cycles or 2 cycles and a quarter. So if it takes at least 3 cycles for these coins to hit that level, all those GPUs are dying off the network. You can't even mine with them anyway. So now you went out there, you've been mining at a loss for the last 6 years, not being able to afford your power at something. Sure, if these explode to those levels, you know, you could justify that it was worth it, but at the same time, if you're not making enough coins to pay for your power, you may have just bought the coins and not even mined them because you would have got more coins for that pump anyway. Regardless, guys, there's different ways and angles to look at this thing, but things are definitely changing. Let me know your comments in the comment section below. I'll see you guys on the next one. The merge is coming.